Yes, I very much have been off TikTok when it comes to Tyler's situation. It sounds like he maybe got attached to the kids and still wanted to be in their lives. Hey y'all, it's Nae. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers, which you've probably already seen them by now, but for episodes 7 through 9 of Love is Blind, including some of the outside stuff that's been going on with Tyler. So if you don't know anything about any of that, save this video and come back after you do. As I mentioned on my community tab, this is going to be less edity, more conversational. I typically do videos like this when there's just too many comments for me to physically type back to because I'm not ChatGPT. Whenever the comments start getting over the 100 mark, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to just make another video responding to comments. That being said, let's talk about this Tyler stuff. Now, someone says, you've been off TikTok when it comes to the Tyler situation. Yes, I very much have been off TikTok when it comes to Tyler's situation. Probably because I'm off TikTok altogether. I don't have a TikTok. I used to have a TikTok and then, they were threatening to ban it and like all this stuff. And I was just like, I don't know what the drama is with the talk, but I'm off the talk. So no, I'm not on TikTok. That probably is a reason that I don't know all about this. However, in preparation for this video, because I did want to come with at least a little bit of it, I did go on TikTok. The creator on TikTok whose videos I watched to kind of catch myself up to speed, she has really good videos. And I'm sure this is probably who all of you have been watching. Story Time with Reki. I think I'm saying her name right. Sorry if I butchered your name, girl. She does really great recaps. If y'all don't know her, I suggest go looking at her. I don't know if she has a YouTube or not. But on TikTok, she's doing really great investigative research, on the Tyler situation. And from what I have gathered, it's a complicated... Okay, don't think that I'm being like, it's complicated, But it seems like it is a lot. So from what I have gathered, it was supposed to be a donor situation.
As far as the son goes, Tyler was supposed to be a mere donor. He was not supposed to be involved in the children's life at all. But she says that as more and more information is coming out, she is realizing that her ex-wife lied to her about Tyler's involvement and was secretly allowing Tyler to build a relationship with the son behind her back. So even though he was not supposed to be involved, he was actively involved.
I don't think that anyone actually involved in the situation, the mother of his children, the ex-wife of the mother of his children, Tyler, I don't think any of them have specifically said whether it was an insemination. Is that the word? Insemination type of situation? The tongue twisters in this situation. Insemination type of situation, or if it was the old-fashioned way. Word is the mothers of the children said that's not true. He donated sperm the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way, first off, took me out because, the old-fashioned way is crazy. So someone said, I disagree with you on Ashley and Tyler. Tyler is active in the lives of those kids. The twin girls have his last name, and he is an active participant in the mom's life, too, with taking care of his kids. In one of the photos with his twins, he is even wearing a t-shirt that says best dad or something like that. He said that the woman is his best friend, too. He's on the birth certificate of those kids as father. It has his kids and his baby mama. Now, I don't know that he's on the birth certificate. I did see that somebody else was on the birth certificate. And just to clarify, when I say that there's somebody else on the birth certificate, the other person that I'm talking about is, I don't want to say baby mama because that has kind of negative connotations. The mother of Tyler's children was in a same-sex marriage. She identifies as a lesbian. So the other person on the birth certificate is her ex-wife, who would be the other mother to the kids. That's the other person on the birth certificate, is the other mom in that relationship.
In fact, she's on the birth certificate. This is the birth certificate of the first son. And as you can see, the parents listed are Bree, which is the baby mother, and Deshawn. Tyler is not listed on this birth certificate. This was their child.
But this is what I'm saying about the fact that it does feel like it started off as a donor type of situation. It sounds like he maybe got attached to the kids and still wanted to be in their lives. I don't know. But my original point was that if it was strictly a donor situation, I wouldn't have been that upset if he didn't say it up front, because if it was strictly a donor situation, then yeah, those aren't his kids. No differently than I view a surrogate, because you might be carrying that kid, but it's not your kid. But this is not that situation, because in the situation of a donor, you're right. You wouldn't still be spending time with the kids. You wouldn't be involved in their lives, at least not in the way that he is. Like, I'm seeing pictures of him holding the babies from newborns, hanging out with the kids during Christmas, when he told Ashley that he spent his Christmas alone. You know what I mean? So his lies did start to kind of pile on top of each other. He could explain the situation in the pause. Hey, I don't consider myself to have any children as far as they gonna be coming over on the weekends, but I did donate. This was the situation. I'm still involved as a father figure. But like the other comment said, We don't have to be responsible for them financially. I 100% think that Tyler should have told Ashley. At the very least told her that I donated sperm to a friend and created 3 children. They're 100% not mine, but I've been in their lives. They won't affect us financially or responsibility wise, but I'm in their lives as a male figure. 100% should have told her. Too many conversations about children to let this one go. And you know what? I really appreciate this perspective, and I agree with this perspective, because I really think this is what I was getting at. He knew that it was more than that, and he knew that eventually she was going to see these kids because he was going to see these kids. Then he absolutely should have told her, because how long did you intend on keeping that lie up? You know that you're on a reality TV show. You know that the people who watch this show are some level 10 detectives and they're going to figure it out. You know that exes are going to come out the woodwork. So realistically, how long did you intend on keeping up this lie? Now, granted, he did say it on the show, so it isn't just coming out to Ashley right now. But I'm sure that a lot of this stuff is. There's a lot going on with Tyler, way more than was being presented on the show. So I don't know how much Ashley was privy to before the show. We haven't even had the reunion yet. We're not even done with the season yet. I feel like this season, a lot of this stuff is coming out just like early. Typically, we don't get stuff like this until really close to the reunion. And I realize that we're close to the reunion, but we haven't even seen bachelorette parties yet. You know what I mean? We haven't even had a mixer with the exes. So it feels like somebody basically leaked it too soon, is what it feels like. I hope Nick and Vanessa are actively paying attention and coming with their questions, because it needs to be addressed. And I don't want to see it get like swept under the rug or pushed to the side. Oh, how are you guys doing? Oh, things have been difficult. Okay, let's move on. No, we need to know. We need to know. And you know what? There's always somebody with an even different opinion, because this person says, if Ashley let this man go, she's crazy. You might be thinking that this isn't all that bad at all and that she should just stick beside him. I'm not going to go as far as to say she should stick beside him now. It's a lot going on. He lied. And you know what? That might really be the biggest thing, because trust is huge. And if somebody lies, you're going to feel like you can't trust them. And that can be impossible to get back, like even if you try to put in the work. Now let's talk about Steven and Monica. I don't even know what that we know that that's a shit show, okay? But there are a lot of differing opinions. Differing, is that the word? There are a lot of differing opinions on the Monica and Steven situation as well. Someone says, okay, I've done official sleep tests to be diagnosed with sleep apnea. My doctor gave me a little bracelet to track my sleeping habits while I slept at home in my own bed for a week. So obviously if he would have went out and had drinks, bought a bottle home, that makes sense that he was drunk at a sleep test. It's not inconceivable. I disagree. He didn't say that he did the test at home. She specifically asked him, were you at a sleep test last night? Which implies that he did not come home last night because he was at a sleep test. So while technology has changed and you can do it at home, that's not the type of sleep test that he's saying that he did. And I don't even think he did sleep test. He probably was off with some girl. But if we're gonna stick to the sleep test story, that's not what happened in this situation. And also, I don't think you can drink during a sleep test. Now, I have never had a sleep test. I have had wisdom teeth surgery. I guess that's probably the closest thing that I can say I've had. And you can't be under the influence when they're putting you under, because you're not going to get accurate results. So why would you be under the influence during a sleep test? What if you sleep better when you're drunk? What if you sleep worse when you're drunk? You know what I mean? We all took science, okay? In order to do an experiment, it has to be unbiased, and that inherently creates a bias. So I don't know that it's inconceivable. I don't know that it's inconceivable. You're using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means, if anybody gets that reference. And also, there are people in the comments who completely disagree with that. Firstly, my fiance had to do a sleep test, and for those who don't know, you can do most sleep tests at home nowadays. Your doctor's office has you pick up the equipment to bring home, and they even teach you how to use it and what to do. You rarely have to spend the night at a sleep clinic anymore. Secondly, you cannot be under the influence of drugs or alcohol during a sleep test, because it will 100% affect the results. It will affect your breathing, temperature, heart rate, blood pressure, etc. So that whole lie he told about this was exactly that, a lie. That dude was with another woman that night, no doubt about it. And this is what I was saying. So I get it. Okay, I didn't know that you could have a sleep test at home these days. I get that part of it. There may still be some situations where you want to go do it at a clinic. However, regardless, you shouldn't be drunk at one. And it is implied that Steven didn't do an at-home one, because she said, were you at a sleep test? If he slept at home, she would have been like, yeah, you did your sleep test. You had the little bracelet on. You did sleep test at home. We know where that man was. Come on, let's be real. Look, as someone who has sleep apnea, you're not about to be drunk at a sleep study. My guy is a blatant pig. I never liked him anyway. He rubbed me the wrong way from jump. I'm happy that the people with sleep apnea are checking in. It's not adding up. Now, interestingly enough, I've been seeing some comments, and I even saw a few people say it in other commentary videos, that y'all don't like Monica. Now look, I said I don't always pick up on everything. I do my best to try to pick up on everything. Some of these episodes I've watched twice just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because, you know, your girl got the ADHD. Sometimes I do miss things. But I feel like a good amount of people are saying that they don't like Monica. For example, this person is saying, Steven did wrong to Monica, but Monica is so self-absorbed, selfish. Steven was literally tense every time they had a conversation. She doesn't let the man talk. Things must be done her way. Steven literally felt small around her. Let's learn to call out fellow women out when they just bitchy. My thoughts are Steven was just done and looking for an easy way out because he couldn't stand being around her till wedding day. What we can agree on here is they were just not for each other, and that man can at least be himself and do what he wants. So I don't want to say I agree with certain parts of this because I didn't see this about Monica, but not letting him talk, I don't know if that's true or not, because it seems like they had the reverse issue where Steven would just talk and Monica wouldn't be able to speak. Okay. Saying that Steven was tense around her, maybe he was still nervous about that financial situation. It sounds like that was going to be a big deal. I didn't get tense from him. I don't know. Now, where I can agree with you on is that it seems like things must be done her way. She does seem, like I said, I called her prudish in regards to the whole kinky, disgusting text messages thing. She does come off as a little bit like matter of fact, maybe standoffish in certain situations. Like she would be the one who would be having most of the control in the relationship. I could see what you mean by that. I just didn't see that it was a problem for Steven, but it's very clearly that early on with the fireworks thing, which some people don't see as an issue, but I do. The fireworks thing and talking about women wanting to slide in his DMs and hinting at her when they were sitting at that bar that, oh, I'm scared about having to make a decision. I'm scared about being forced to make a decision. And I agree. He's free to do what he wants now. And, you know, I hope we get some more insight to these kinky ass text messages during the reunion. That would be some amazing tea. That having those text messages, or at least just a little snippet of the text messages, would be on par with the cutie scene that we got from, what season was that? Season 5, season 6, the cutie scene that they ended up putting after the reunion that showed that, I forget the people's names, but showed that the scene wasn't as bad as the woman was making it out to be, and she was genuinely, literally trying to make him look like the bad guy. That would be on par. Like, those text messages would be on par with that cutie scene. Then, you know, there are people who are rooting for Monica. I like how classy Monica is. Yes, that is in fact disgusting. Even getting money from this woman because you as a full-grown man and did not plan ahead if you would be fired. Don't even believe he had a job. Don't even believe he had a job. Damn, he went to full unemployed now? Look, I'm not going to judge anybody for losing their job or whatever may happen when you go back home after Love is Blind, because y'all jobs just going to let y'all leave for 3 or 4 weeks. Most jobs are not going to let you just dip out for 3 or 4 weeks. I'm not judging him for losing his job after this. This is a commitment. That's why Hannah said, not Hannah, is that girl's name Hannah? Her name is Hannah. Yeah, her name is Hannah. She just quit hers because they wouldn't let her leave. Okay, she took the leap. Now maybe he is not good at saving money, so maybe he didn't have backup, but he did send her the money back when she asked, so hey. I also will say, they were planning on getting married. Like, before all this stuff happened, they were planning on getting married. And sometimes in a marriage, you may have to help out your significant other when times get hard. Like, unless your significant other is Leo and rolling in the money, you might have to help out sometimes. It is what it is. Things aren't always going to be perfect. So I'm not really judging him or her for feeling like she needed to step in that moment. He lost his job. It is potentially something that can happen when you go on a reality show. And also, some show, it might not even be about being gone for the 3 or 4 weeks. Some shows just don't want that publicity. Imagine he still worked there now. He probably would have gotten let go anyway because, yikes, all this stuff is coming out. And there's probably things off cam that we didn't see either, so who knows? Steven did talk about sex a lot. He did. Now that I'm looking back and I'm like, man, he really was kind of obsessed with like having sex talk. And so look, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum in regards to him being kinky or whatever the case may be. That's his business. He shouldn't have put it on TV. Now it's all of our business. Now we all involved. Maybe he does have an addiction. I hope he gets help for that, because any addiction, I don't care how good it makes you feel in the moment, is bad. You could be addicted to shit. If you want to be real, you could be addicted to reality TV. I actually think, I don't know that I was addicted to it, but I did have to cut back on watching some of the more out there type of stuff. Like, actually, someone on Discord the other day was asking me, oh, do you watch baddies? I was like, I watch baddies, but it was one of my goals this year to actually cut down on baddies. Because while Love is Blind, I feel like, you know, obviously has drama, it also has an actual point. I feel like with watching baddies or like Jocelyn's Cabaret, which I also love watching, there's no substance. Like, you're getting nothing out of it. It's just pure hood. We out here clubbing every night, drinking, partying, fighting. So I did cut back a lot. I haven't watched this most recent season of Baddies. And yeah, so I do feel like too much of anything can be a bad thing. Listen, I talked to y'all about Baddies on Discord, but I'm never gonna talk about it on YouTube. I just feel like it would be too draining for me to talk about a show like Baddies, because again, there's no real substance. It literally is just trash TV. I watch it because it's trash TV. I know that's why other people watch it. Still enjoy it. Still great trash. I'm just not gonna spend my time making a YouTube video about it. And then someone left a comment in response to my comment about the fact that I feel like Steven wasted, everybody's time, including the producers. And they said, Steven did not waste the producers' time. This is what they want, in my opinion. Sure, a few couples making it is a ratings win, but so is drama and messiness. And I see where you're coming from with this. Funny enough, I think that specifically this season of Love is Blind was meant to kind of draw more on the love aspect side of it. The blind part being that very much we don't know what's going on. Like, I know it's supposed to be the wall in between them, but the blind has a double meaning. It's that you don't see them, and is that you don't be knowing nothing about them. Of course, with any reality TV series, you want a little bit of drama. Maybe you're right. The producers are liking this. This is a win for them. But I just feel like, such a waste of time. And then I did just want to respond to one comment in regards to the Ramses situation. Someone said, let me help you up on a higher soapbox, actually. I'm pretty surprised that Ramses feels that way, considering he seems very progressive and so should be well aware of the state of reproductive risk and rights. Or is he only progressive when it benefits him? I thought this was tea, because my mind didn't even go here. He is very, very progressive. I'm a man that likes to, walk. I don't know if he said he likes to walk in femininity, but he's comfortable enough with himself as a man to say that he is a little softer. He's very progressive in that mindset. Okay, we know that that's not a standard man mindset. I agree with you. I do think that he's very progressive, and he's a freedom fighter, and he'll rah-rah for all of the causes. So it is interesting that this one doesn't benefit him, and all of a sudden he's not rah-rahing. That's some good tea that you clocked. I didn't even catch that. Also, shout out to this person who said I might have PMDD. I didn't even know what that was. When I saw this comment, I went and looked it up, and you might be right. I might have PMDD. Like I said, I was tested for endometriosis. I had to do that whole little ultrasound scan thing. I was very nervous about it because, like I said, I've never had kids, so I don't really be having people messing around in there unless I'm having a yearly checkup or something. I might have PMDD. I'm gonna have to talk to my gynecologist about that, because when I looked at the symptoms, I'm like, girl, that is me. I guess I never thought that it could be anything outside of endo, because I have a few friends who have endo, and one who has endo, actually, who just recently had surgery for it. And so I thought that was like the only type of thing that it could be, but it turns out that there might be something else. So thank you for that. I'm gonna look into that, because yeah, sometimes it's like real bad. Sometimes it's like, when I was in high school, my mom used to have to come pick me up from school. Or I would have to call her and be like, can you call them and tell them I'm leaving early, so they would let me leave school early, because I would be in them classes. Cool, yeah. I've always had pretty bad periods. So it's kind of like it becomes a part of just your reality when it happens so often that you just forget that maybe it shouldn't be that bad. But thanks for that. I am going to look into that. I appreciate that. I'm going to address my video on episodes 7 through 9. I got a comment on there. And somebody said, I doubt I'll be circling back around to this channel following this first-time visit. Seeing all the evidence that Tyler was way more than a donor who went on trips and to events and shouted out the mother of his children regularly, this just feels like a lack of research, given the details of Tyler's dustiness have been all over the internet for at least 3 days. This just feels lazy for a video. I dropped just today. Def understand why this comment will be deleted. So I pinned this comment, I responded to this comment, but I think this deserves another response. The only time I ever delete a comment is if someone is being blatantly disrespectful to me or to someone else in the comments, any of the isms or stuff like that. You think I'm deleting comments because you don't agree with me? Literally on all of my videos, when I say drop a comment, it literally says, girl, I disagree. Y'all think I don't know that people have different opinions than me? That's crazy. Realize I also live in the world, right? I mentioned this in that comment, and I wanted to specifically address this because I recorded my video on episodes 7 through 9 when y'all saw the video go up on YouTube on episodes 1 through 3 and 4 through 6. Meaning that I saw those episodes a week before you all saw those episodes. And I also addressed that in the comments, and someone was like, well, what do you mean you've seen them before? I got them early. And I also wanted to address this little piece of that comment. Really? But I would think it would be bigger channel having access to this. Like, she only has 5K subscribers, which is a lot for a newbie, but nothing compared to the big guys. And to that, what I'm going to tell you is a closed mouth don't get fed, like my mama always says. Yes, I'm a small channel, but I like to think that for a small channel, my content is quality. I put a lot of time into these videos. I put a lot of time into scripting these videos. So basically what I'm saying is don't play me. You see the quality I'm putting into these videos. So yeah, while I am a very small YouTube creator and I only have 5,000 subscribers, I think my quality for a beginner speaks for itself. By the way, I just started getting early access to Netflix shows. It hasn't been, not even a year, not even 6 months, not even 4 months. I think, well, it may have been 4 months at this point. The first series that I got early from Netflix was The Mo. This most recent season of The Mo, which I covered on my channel. That was the first time I got early access to a show. And I was very excited to have early access to Love is Blind because these episodes be on. This season, 70-minute long episodes, yeah. I was happy that I was going to have them early. So just know I'm more than likely watching it a week or more ahead of what you guys see. So sometimes all that information that you're getting, like when the episode comes out, I don't have that. On top of the fact that the point of this YouTube channel, the point of all of this really for me, is that we are conversing and we are learning the tea or whatever it is, or the good stuff, the bad stuff, whatever it is. We're talking about it in the, like, that's what the comment section is for. That's what Discord is for us to kind of learn all of these things. I am not against doing research because I was called out on not doing research. Not against doing research. I'm not against putting in effort. I think I've made that clear. It's just that it wasn't out yet. On top of the fact that I have a regular job, like girly works 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. You know, so I don't always have time to go look into things. And I think that's okay. Like, I would totally understand where that comment was coming from, saying that it's a lack of research. If YouTube was my full-time job and it was all I was doing, if I had a team who was editing for me or scripting for me. Contrary to popular belief, that stuff takes a long time, especially when you do it in the way that I do it and pulling clips and adding clips back in. It's a lot. So just please give me some grace if something comes out that I didn't know, that I didn't have time to research. Just give me some grace. Other than that, that's it for this little comment video. I hope I addressed some of the pressing concerns. If I need to do another one, totally open to that. As of now, I told y'all I was going to get this out early. I mean, it's early for me on a Saturday. It's 9:30 right now. I'm going to get this edited, get it up, and then we can discuss further. Other than that, I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Could you love her? A haunted, haunted house. Or could you love me now? A haunted, haunted. I'm a haunted house.